Hello? Hello? Who is this calling at this hour? Emily? Oh my God. Honey? What's wrong? You're crying. Why are you crying like that? You're scaring me. Take a deep breath, baby. Take a deep breath. Emily, slow down. Baby, please slow down. I can't understand you. Did you say blood? Are you hurt? Are you bleeding? Tell me right now. Oh my God. No. That can't be true. You were just at home. Yes, I'm listening. I won't tell him. I promise I won't tell your father. Just tell me what I need to do to save you. 15,000? I think I have that in the safe. It's for emergencies. But how do I get it to you?
Mom, pick up, please. Pick up the phone. I need you. I messed up, Mom. I messed up so bad. I didn't see her. I swear to God I didn't see her. The light was red. I tried to stop, but the brakes. I had an accident, Mom. I hit someone. A lady crossing the street. Oh my God, Mom, there's blood. There's blood on the windshield. She's not moving. No, I'm okay. I'm not hurt. But the lady, she was pregnant, Mom. I saw her belly. The police are here. They're yelling at me. They're putting handcuffs on me right now. They say I'm going to jail for vehicular manslaughter. They say I killed her baby. You can't tell Dad. Please. He'll kill me. You know how he is. You have to help me, Mom. You're the only one. Mom, please, don't let them take me. I'm scared. Mom!
Mrs. Brightwell, listen to me very carefully. My name is Mark Davis. I'm a public defender assigned to your daughter's case. I don't have much time. Your daughter is in extremely serious trouble. The charges are vehicular manslaughter and reckless endangerment. However, because it is a first offense, and because of the sensitive nature of the victim being pregnant, the judge is willing to grant an emergency bail. But we need to keep this quiet. We can keep her out of the system, keep her mugshot off the internet if you act right now. Bail is set at $15,000. The courts are closed, so it must be cash. A bonded courier is on his way to your house right now. Do not tell anyone. Do not call your husband. Do not call the police station. If you tell anyone, the gag order is void, and she goes into general population at the county jail immediately. Do you understand exactly what I am saying? The courier will be there in 10 minutes. Have the envelope ready.
I waited by the phone. I sat there in the dark, just staring at the receiver. The silence in the house was so loud. Every shadow looked like a police officer coming to take my baby away. hours, I just sat there, praying. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely dial the numbers. I had to call Emily's cell phone, just to hear her voice one last time before prison.
Hey, Mom. What's up? I'm just making coffee. Did you need something? Jail? Mom, what are you talking about? You're scaring me. Who told you I was in jail? I've been home all night watching Netflix with the cat. Are you okay?
You're making coffee? But, Emily, I just spoke to you. You were crying. You said you hit a pregnant woman. You said the police were putting you in a van. I feel violated. It's not just the money. The money is gone, fine. But it's my mind. I can't trust my phone anymore. Every time it rings, I jump. I start shaking uncontrollably. I feel like someone is watching me from the shadows. I feel like I don't know what is real anymore.
Sharon Brightwell didn't hesitate. She didn't pause to think. She didn't call her husband sleeping in the next room. She didn't call the police to verify the accident. She didn't ask for proof. She moved with the adrenaline of a mother protecting her child. She drove through the pouring rain to her bank. She unlocked her safe deposit box with trembling fingers. She counted out $15,000 in $100 bills, her entire emergency savings. And she handed it to a stranger in a hoodie, standing on her front porch in the dark. She thought she was saving her baby. But the voice on the phone wasn't Emily. It wasn't even a human being. Welcome to the era of the deepfake. What happened to Sharon Brightwell in that small Florida town is not a rare tragedy. It is not an isolated computer glitch. It is the opening shot of a $40 billion war. In 2024 alone, voice cloning scams surged by 1,700%. This isn't just about targeting elderly grandmothers in Florida. It's about targeting CEOs of multinational corporations in London. It's about targeting government officials in Washington, D.C. It is a plague that does not discriminate. In July 2025, the impossible happened. They targeted the United States Secretary of State. Marco Rubio's voice, perfect in every intonation, every pause, was cloned. This clone was used to call foreign diplomats. It was used to leave voicemails for ambassadors. It was an attempt to steal state secrets and manipulate foreign policy. Imagine the chaos. Imagine a fake declaration of war. If they can steal the voice of one of the most powerful men on Earth, if they can replicate the voice of a man surrounded by the world's best cybersecurity, do you really think your voice is safe? You rely on your eyes. You rely on your ears to tell you what is real. That is how we have survived as a species for 200,000 years. We trust what we hear. But in this new world, your senses are your enemies. Your ears are liars. You might be thinking right now, I would know. I'm smart. A robot sounds like a robot. I would hear the metallic tinge. I would hear the robotic pause. You think you are too smart to be fooled. You think Sharon was just old and confused. Let me show you exactly how easy this is. Let me show you how the sausage is made. Meet the architect.
People think you need a supercomputer, or you need to be a hacker like in the movies with green code falling on the screen. They think we are geniuses. Nah, man, I just need 3 seconds. That is all. I go to your Instagram. I find a video of you wishing your mom happy birthday. I find a TikTok of you laughing with your friends. I find a work presentation you posted on LinkedIn. I just need the audio. I rip it. I put it in the software. Drag, drop, clone. That is it. The machine does the rest. Now, I can make you say anything. I can make you confess to a crime you didn't commit. I can make you say you hate your boss. I can make you beg for mercy. I own your voice now. You guys put your whole life on the internet. You upload everything. Your breakfast, your dog, your voice. You give us the bullets, and then you cry when we shoot. It is not hacking, it is harvesting. We are just farmers, and you are the crop.
I can call your bank right now. I can call your wife. I can tell them I've been kidnapped and I need money. I can tell them I'm leaving them. And they will believe me because I am you. I sound like you. I am you. That, what you just heard, was an AI. It wasn't real. It took less time to create than it took to tie your shoes. And it sounded human. It had breath. It had hesitation. It had soul. This isn't just about money. Losing money hurts, yes. But this is about psychological rape. It destroys your trust in reality itself. It breaks the fundamental bond between human beings. Sharon lost $15,000. But Steve Beauchamp, an 82-year-old retiree, lost $690,000. His entire life's work. He thought he was talking to Elon Musk on a video call. He watched Elon wave at him. He heard Elon call him by name. He saw Elon's lips move in perfect sync with the words. He saw the background of the Tesla factory. He felt special. He felt chosen. But Elon wasn't there. It was a 19-year-old kid in a basement wearing a digital mask. This is a weapon of mass deception. And the scariest part? The technology we are seeing today is the worst it will ever be. It gets better every single day. Tomorrow, it will be perfect. And the day after that, it will be indistinguishable from reality. To understand the true, terrifying power of this weapon, we have to leave the small towns of Florida. We have to leave Sharon and her $15,000 behind. We have to travel across the ocean to the gleaming skyscrapers of Hong Kong. It is January 2024. Arup Engineering. You might not know the name, but you know their work. They are titans. They build airports. They build bridges that span continents. They employ the smartest, most skeptical, most highly trained engineers on the planet. These are people who deal in facts, in physics, in concrete reality. But on a rainy Tuesday in January, one of those brilliant minds was about to be hacked. Not his computer, not his password, but his eyes and his ears. This is the story of the $25 million video call.
I remember exactly where I was. I was at my desk, 42nd floor, overlooking the harbour. It was a grey day. The email came in at 9 a.m. sharp. It was from the UK headquarters, from the Chief Financial Officer himself. I knew his name. I knew his reputation. A very strict, very serious man. The subject line just said, "Confidential acquisition." I opened it. It said we were acquiring a startup in Europe. It was a secret deal, very sensitive. He said, "Simon, do not discuss this with the local team. I need you on a secure video conference immediately." Now, look, I'm not stupid. We get phishing emails all the time. I know the protocols. My first thought was, this is fake. Why would the CFO email me directly? Why the secrecy? I almost reported it to IT. I had the mouse hovering over the report phishing button. But then, another message came through. "Join the meeting room now. The board is waiting." The board. If I ignored the CFO and it was real, my career was over. So, I clicked the link. I thought, I'll just look. If it's a scam, I'll know instantly. I put on my headset. The screen connected. And my doubts, they just evaporated.
Simon joined the call. He expected to see a black screen, or a pixelated hacker in a mask, or maybe just a voice connection. Instead, he saw a boardroom. He saw the CFO sitting in his London office, wearing his signature gray suit and blue tie. The lighting was perfect. The background was the familiar London skyline. But the CFO wasn't alone. Simon looked around the digital squares on his Zoom screen. There were others, people he knew, people he had lunch with, the director of legal affairs, the head of human resources, an external auditor from a top firm. Simon recognized their faces. He recognized their mannerisms. He saw the legal director check his watch. He saw the HR head nodding at something the CFO said. It looked like a boring, standard, high-level corporate meeting. It was mundane, and that is why it was so lethal. Because here is the horror. Here is the thing that keeps me awake at night. Simon was the only human being on that call. The CFO? A deepfake. The legal team? Deepfakes. The HR director? Deepfake. The auditor? Deepfake. Simon was sitting in a room, talking to ghosts.
Good morning, everyone. Simon, thank you for joining on such short notice. I appreciate your discretion. As stated in the brief, this acquisition is highly time sensitive. We are moving to acquire a fintech startup before the Asian markets close today. If word gets out, the stock price jumps and the deal dies. That is why we are bypassing the usual slow channels. Simon, I'm sending you the authorization codes for the offshore holding accounts now. We need to execute 15 separate transactions. We need to split them up to avoid triggering external regulatory blocks. The legal team here has already cleared the compliance. Haven't you, David? Good. Simon, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir. I see the codes. I have the banking portal open. Just to confirm, usually for amounts over 5 million, I need a counter-signature from the local director. I don't want to hold up the deal, sir, but the system is flagging a limit warning on the first batch. It's asking for a secondary token.
Simon, we do not have time for bureaucracy. The local director is not read in on this deal. This comes directly from the board. I am authorizing you verbally and digitally. Look at your screen. I am sending the secondary override token from my personal admin account right now. Do not let a software warning cost this company a $1 billion opportunity. Override it, Simon. Execute the first transfer. Now.
Transaction 1, $2 million. Simon types the code. He presses enter. The money leaves the account. Sent. Transaction 2, $4 million. The Deepfake CFO nods in approval. The Deepfake lawyers watch silently. Transaction 3, $3 million. For 45 minutes, Simon worked. He was sweating. He was stressed. But he wasn't stressed because he thought he was being robbed. He was stressed because he wanted to do a good job. He wanted to impress the boss. He was draining the company's lifeblood, and he thought he was being a hero. Transaction 15, the final batch. Simon's finger hovers over the key.
Final transfer complete. That's all of it. Total amount, 25.5 million US dollars. All accounts show successful receipt. I hope I handled that correctly, sir. It was quite a lot of pressure.
You handled it perfectly, Simon. Excellent work under pressure. This acquisition will change the future of Arup. We will debrief fully tomorrow morning. Go get some rest. You've earned it. Disconnecting now.
The screen went black. Simon leaned back in his leather chair. He wiped the sweat from his forehead. He probably went to get a coffee. He probably felt proud. A week later, Simon sent a casual email to the head office in London. Just a routine follow-up. Hi, just following up regarding the acquisition paperwork. The reply came within minutes. What acquisition? What video call? The CFO has been on a fishing holiday in Scotland for the last 10 days. He hasn't touched a computer. Simon froze. The blood drained from his face. $25 million. Gone. Vanished into a labyrinth of crypto wallets, tumbled through mixers, moved to cold storage in Russia or North Korea. It remains one of the largest, most sophisticated AI heists in human history. And it started with a simple video call.
Man, you guys still don't get it. You ask, how did they fake the whole room? How did they get the legal director? It's called puppet master scripting. We don't need to fake everyone in real time. That takes too much processing power. The CFO? Yes, he is live. He is the active driver. I am controlling him with my face. But the others, the lawyers, the HR lady, they are just idle loops. We take a video of them sitting in a meeting from 3 years ago. We loop it. They blink. They nod. They look at papers. As long as they don't have to speak, your brain just accepts them as background.
We finally got a ping. After months of chasing ghosts, chasing IP addresses that bounced from Russia to Brazil to China, we got a mistake. A real world mistake. One of the money mules, the guy responsible for laundering the cash, he turned on his VPN 3 seconds too late. That was all we needed. We traced the signal. It wasn't a bunker in North Korea. It wasn't a high-tech fortress in Moscow. It was a suburban house in Leeds, England. A quiet street, nice lawn, a Honda Civic in the driveway. We thought, this is it. We have the mastermind. We have the guy who built the algorithm. 4 a.m. Tactical team stacks up at the door. Rain is pouring down. My heart is pounding because we don't know who is on the other side. Is it an armed cartel? Is it a terror cell? Breach, breach, breach.
The door splinters. Flashbangs go off. The team sweeps the house, rifles raised, screaming commands. They clear the living room. Clear. They clear the kitchen. Clear. They run up the stairs to the master bedroom where the signal is coming from. They kick open the bedroom door, ready for a firefight, ready to take down a criminal kingpin. And there, sitting in his underwear, illuminated by the blue glow of 3 monitors, is a 19-year-old kid. Half-eaten pizza boxes on the floor, a poster of a video game on the wall. He looks up, eyes wide, terrified. He starts crying. He wets himself. This was the monster. This was the architect who stole millions. A teenager named Kevin who failed his math exams.
Don't shoot. Please don't shoot me. I didn't do anything. I didn't hack anything. I just bought the software. I swear. I found it on Telegram. I just paid the subscription. They said it was legal. Well, maybe not legal, but they said I wouldn't get caught. They promised. I don't know how the code works. I don't know who made it. I just type in the phone numbers and the bot does the talking. I'm just a user. I'm just a user. Please, I want my mum.
We confiscated his hard drives. We dragged him to the station. We interrogated him for 12 hours. And you know what? The kid was telling the truth. He didn't know anything. He was a nobody. That's when it hit us. That's when the cold reality set in. We didn't catch the shark. We caught a minnow. We looked at his computer. He wasn't running a custom code. He was logged into a website, a sleek, professional dashboard. It looked like Netflix, but for crime. Deepfake Pro, Platinum membership, $500 a month. There were tutorials, how to clone a voice in 5 minutes, how to bypass bank security. There was a 24/7 customer support chat. Customer support for criminals. The kid complained that one of his deepfakes sounded glitchy, and a support agent named Darkstar fixed it for him in 10 minutes. We didn't stop the operation. We just unplugged one customer.
This is the midpoint twist. This is the moment you realize the villain isn't a person, it is a platform. It is called crime as a service. Just like you pay for Spotify, just like you pay for Netflix, criminals now pay for theft. The real masterminds, the people who built this AI, they aren't making the phone calls. They aren't taking the risk. They are sitting in the shadows, selling the shovels during a gold rush. Kevin was just one user. The FBI traced the server logs. Do you know how many active subscribers that one website had? $12,000. 12,000 Kevins, sitting in basements in London, in Lagos, in Moscow, in New York. All armed with a weapon they didn't build, but know exactly how to use. We are fighting a hydra. You cut off one head and 10 more subscribe. Kevin was one scammer. He was just a cog in the machine. But while the FBI celebrated shutting him down, the platform he used, it kept running. And the victims, they kept falling. This war isn't just about Arup or Sharon. It is happening to everyone, everywhere. Meet David, age 52, CEO of a marketing firm. Smart, experienced, skeptical.
I got a video call from my CFO. We discussed quarterly reports. I saw his office. I saw his coffee mug, the one with the chip in the handle. I approved a $200,000 payment to a new vendor. It was a deepfake. My CFO was on vacation in Hawaii. He doesn't even have his laptop. I fired my own CFO for a crime I committed.
Meet Lisa, age 24, recent graduate, desperate for her first job.
I got an interview with Google. Or so I thought. The email looked real. The interviewer on the video call looked professional. She had the Google logo behind her. She asked technical questions. She was tough. Then she said I got the job. She asked for my social security number for the background check. She asked for my bank details for the direct deposit. Google never called me. It was a fake recruiter. They didn't give me a job. They stole my identity. Now, I have $50,000 in debt I didn't spend.
Meet Margaret, age 68, widow, lonely.
I met a man on a dating site. His name was James. He was a doctor, working overseas with the UN. We talked every day for 3 months. He was so kind. He listened to me. Then he video called me. I saw his face. I heard his voice. He looked tired. He said he was in trouble. He needed money to fly home to meet me. I sent $80,000, my husband's life insurance. The FBI told me James never existed. His face was AI generated. His voice was synthesized. I fell in love with a ghost.
David lost his company. Lisa lost her identity. Margaret lost her heart. 3 victims, 3 different scams, 1 technology. And here is the terrifying truth. These are just 3 out of millions. But while millions of people were being robbed, the scammers were preparing to rob something bigger. Not your money, not your identity, but your reality itself. Kevin in the basement was just a symptom, but the real masters of this technology were aiming higher, much higher. Maranello, Italy, the headquarters of Ferrari, a place of power, speed, and precision. A senior executive receives a WhatsApp message. It is from the CEO of Ferrari, Benedetto Vigna. The message says, "Urgent merger, answer now." The phone rings.
Buongiorno, Mr. CEO. I was surprised to hear from this number. Is everything all right? Yes. I understand the need for secrecy. A Chinese acquisition? That is unexpected. Something felt off. It wasn't the voice. The voice was perfect. It had his southern Italian accent. But the timing, he was asking for a hedge fund transfer, immediate execution. Benedetto doesn't work like that. So I decided to test him. I decided to ask a question that wasn't in the public domain. Sir, I am ready to authorize the transfer, but just for my own security protocol, do you remember the book you recommended to me at lunch yesterday? The one about the Roman Empire?
The book? Yes, of course. It was the one about strategy. Listen, the transfer is urgent. We can discuss books later. Just send the funds. Do not question me. I am the CEO.
I'm sorry, sir, but Benedetto didn't recommend a book yesterday. He recommended a wine.
SE executive saved Ferrari millions. He won, but he only won because he got lucky. But what if he hadn't had lunch with him? What if the AI had guessed correctly? And that brings us to the terrifying climax. Because money is replaceable. You can print more money, but you cannot print more truth. July 2025, Washington, D.C. The stakes shift from corporate theft to national security. Reports start surfacing. Foreign diplomats in Europe receiving calls from the United States Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. They talk about sanctions. They talk about shifting alliances. They talk about sensitive intelligence regarding Ukraine. But Marco Rubio was sitting in a televised Senate hearing at the time. He wasn't on the phone. We are moving from theft to treason.
Reality apathy. I like that term. It suits us. You guys are fighting the last war. You are building firewalls. That is cute. We are building a world where evidence doesn't exist. You have a recording of me committing a crime? It's a deep fake. You have a video of me holding a gun. It's AI generated. The liar's dividend. That is our greatest gift to the world. We didn't just give criminals a weapon. We gave every corrupt politician, every CEO, every criminal, the ultimate excuse. It wasn't me. It was the AI. You can't catch us. Because we are not hiding in the shadows anymore. We are hiding in plain sight, behind your own face.
Listen to me. Write this down. This is the only thing that will save you. When, not if, when you get that call. Number 1, the safe word. It sounds like spy stuff. I don't care. Do it tonight. Sit down with your family. Pick a word. Purple elephant, Sunday pancakes, whatever. If your daughter calls you crying from a Mexican jail, you ask for the word. If your CEO calls you asking for a wire transfer, you ask for the word. An AI can clone your voice, but it cannot read your mind. That word is your anchor to reality. Number 2, two-factor authentication for your life. If you get a suspicious call, hang up. Call them back. The scammers can spoof the caller ID incoming, but they cannot intercept the call when you dial out. If they say, "Don't hang up or I'll kill her," that is the tell. That is the proof it is a scam. Hang up, call back, verify.
As we were finishing this documentary, we received news. Sharon Brightwell, the grandmother from Florida, testified to Congress in March 2025. She told the world her story. 2 months later, she received another call.
The phone rang. It was late at night again. I picked it up. It was Emily again, crying again, begging for help again. She said, "Mom, please, I'm in trouble." But this time, I didn't panic. I took a deep breath and I said, "Okay, honey, what is the safe word?" Silence. Complete silence on the line. Then, click, they hung up. I beat them. I finally beat them.
Sharon won because she learned, because she adapted. The scammers will evolve. The technology will improve. But so will we. This is not a war we can win with firewalls. This is a war we win with wisdom, with skepticism, with doubt. In a world where anyone can sound like anyone, the most powerful weapon you have is your ability to say, "Prove it." This was Voice of Deception. Protect your family. Share this documentary. Subscribe to The Ledger. And remember, doubt is your superpower.